I don't remember having a conversation, whether it was with my family members or my school, regarding menstrual disorders. I had conversation about menstrual health, but the bit about menstrual disorders was conspicuously missing.
Yes.
And I don't think much has changed.
Much has not changed. In fact, that's why so many girls are suffering in silence with endometriosis. And maybe we should unpack what endometriosis is for the sake of the audience. So endometriosis is like every month a girl has her period, and the lining of the uterus sheds, and that is what is called a period. Now, when similar lining to that's found in the uterus is found outside the uterus, in places like the pelvic region, the ovaries, the rectum, the small intestines, the large intestines, even as far up as the belly button, the lungs or the diaphragm, and some people even have it in their eyes, it's been said. Now, when those deposits are found there, that is what is referred to as endometriosis. And those deposits, what happens is that every month when a girl has her period, wherever those deposits are, they also menstruate, they also bleed. So when they bleed, they are bleeding, but remember, they don't have an outlet because they were not ever supposed to be bleeding. Yes, because otherwise when a girl menstruates or a woman, it's supposed to come out. So now, menstruating in that way, like particularly for endometriosis, it causes a lot of pain because it's blood accumulating in areas it's not supposed to.
There's
so it starts
no
causing
exit for it.
there's no exit. And then also bacterial infection because of being in a place, it's wetness that's not supposed to be there, so the immune system. So you see, you start getting bacterial infection, some pain, you start getting that web-like formation because of things sticking together, blood is sticky. So it becomes so painful. And the problem is, when it starts, it's starting little by little because it's minuscule blood. But imagine someone who's been bleeding like this for 10 years. For another, that blood builds up to the extent that periods become so painful, not only during menstruation, even before and even after. So that's what endometriosis is, and it's like a nightmare. And so not talking about it, about menstrual disorders, or saying that that sometimes when you menstruate, sometimes it may not be normal. Sometimes it may be too heavy, it may be too painful. That kind of information makes all the girls think that menstruation is normal. So even when they are going through this pain and this kind of situations, no one will ever go and say, that it's too bad. They feel ashamed to say that it's too painful because they assume all the other girls know how to bear the pain. So that's
Thank you for sharing that. Stacy, do you have a recollection of the first time you experienced your periods?
I actually do. What happened was that I started my periods when I was 12 years old, and I had my periods for 6 months. No, actually 3 months.
3 months?
3 months continuously, day by day.
Bleeding from
daily.
the beginning of the month for 90 days?
Yes. So we didn't know. There's that thought, you don't have so much information. I thought that once you start, there's no stopping. That's it. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm on my periods. I'm having my periods. That's okay. So I went back home.
Was it painful then?
No, it wasn't painful then. I was in boarding school then. I went back home. My mom sees me changing my pad, and she was like, "Are you not yet done?" And I'm like, "No. Is it supposed to be over?" She was like, "We'll go see a doctor tomorrow." So we went. I consulted a gynecologist. I was given some, I think that time it was a bit of hormonal therapy to just regulate my periods. So after that, that's when I started having the cramps. The cramps became unbearable. You're on Buscopan doesn't help. You're on Panadol doesn't help. So you're just lying there in your sick bed at school, trying to massage yourself with the bottle of hot water bottle.
Towel.
And back then, there wasn't even those the hot water bottles that you use. You could quite the bottle of soda. You put hot water and then you massage it. That's what I was doing back in school, and that went on for about 8 years. That's when I got my diagnosis of endometriosis back in 2019.
You had to wait for a whole
8 years.
all 8 years.
A whole 8 years for me to have the problem at hand.